Hello. So, I wanted to share some of the writing that I just did over the last couple of days. So, one of them is about my poison ivy. So, the poison ivy. Oh my god. Poison ivy. What is the poison ivy teaching me? So here's what I wrote. Uh, for a long time, I thought I was done with regret. And on this day, the poison ivy of regret. The poison of regret. So I feel like there's some analogies that came up. And please excuse me for reading this. Because I really do believe that sometimes regret can serve a purpose. However, it's when regret gets out of control, and I could be wrong, but this is just musings coming through. That when it gets out of control, it's like a vine's taking over a fence, like the door to a fence, and then it's like all you can see is the ivy or the regret. So, for example, it's like this. I'm really learning to let go of regret because I see it as a barrier. I see it as something that where you can get lost in the regrets, where you're not even in the now. You're not even seeing things clearly. You're sucked into this train of thought of if I didn't do this and if I didn't do that, but if I did this and if I did that, and what if I did this instead of that? Oh my gosh, it's exhausting. So I got this image of like this door that was covered in poison ivy, and then all of a sudden snip, you start to look at all of the lessons and the blessings that came from the experiences, and then all of a sudden you can open this door to another life, another way of being, another thinking, another way of seeing, where you don't have to regret anything. You do things, you learn from them, you're grateful for them, you integrate the lessons, and you keep moving forward. And each choice is another door. Each regret is an opportunity to transform it. That is what I did based on what I knew at the time, who I was at the time, how I felt at the time. And so a lot of, I think, the decisions that I made might have been coming from a place of self-centeredness and fear-based decisions. That's where I was. So the thing about regret, I feel, is it comes to a choice point of taking responsibility. And okay, so here's something. So it's so important to discern what is fantasy of a road not traveled, or life not accessed, a job not taken. Is it possible that my perception was foggy at the time, and what I think is regrettable is just a door not opened? and the fantasy is not even relevant anymore. Our brain mind can play tricks on us. Or is it the programming? Maybe I made all great decisions, and other people's opinions of me got me to doubt my decisions. So there's different perspectives. I realized we were creatures of habit, and now that we know, hindsight is 2020, then it's time to let go of the regret and to decide that we are who we are at this time because of all the decisions and actions and relationships and quote unquote mistakes, lessons, losses, and contracts that we made at entering this body. So with that said, the poison, the lesson of the poison ivy is to take a breath, to be aware of what is around you, who is around you, move forward with discernment and awareness. And once we get stung with ivy, we know what it is, and we can move forward with more knowledge. And if we're trudging forward with no awareness, then we get the lesson. And then it's just so funny. Like, regret can be a joy stealer. And life is a series of lessons and moments of being and opportunities to love and to share our experiences. And I really think that, you know, I speak from a place of someone, I will tell you that I speak from a place of someone that's been really, really hard on herself. Really, really hard on herself. And I'm realizing that's like, you know, that was a part of my life. That was a part of my life where I was very hard on myself. And now that I'm learning another way of being, I can communicate and I can have grace and I can have compassion, not just for myself, but for so many people that are maybe still stuck in the ivy that is poisoning them from living a joyful life. And so I feel like now I am transforming the regret to serve a higher purpose, to serve my fellow humans, to be able to look at things in our lives so differently. Because honestly, like, I can laugh like at some of the choices that I made. I'm like, girl, whoa, they're done. And we're talking about someone that would spend like 20 minutes trying to decide on what to eat in a restaurant. Anyway, so I wanted to share this insight with you. I've made a lot of really good decisions in my life, and I'm happy to share them too. And so it's not all bad. It's not all good. It's like a lot of gray, and it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of assessing and accessing and laughing. Because we gotta laugh at ourselves, right? Gotta laugh at ourselves and be like, wait, isn't this a game? What is this life? What is real? What is real? What is fantasy? What is it that we imagined? So what did we think? Because I will tell you that how I perceive something is not the same thing, not the same way that you'll perceive it, and I know that. So anyway, but then it's like we can all be looking at the same thing and be like, oh, I see it this way, and oh, I see it that way, and oh, I see it this way, and then we can like enlighten each other and share this experience and not take anything personally and like be like, oh, you saw that? Wow. Oh, you saw that? Wow, that's really interesting. Anyway, so I think I feel our brains, our minds, our ego. Our ego is not our amigo. So, but our hearts are forever our loves. So, I love you so much.